what do we have here? Alien Lost Colony. Alright, well, looks like we found our POI and maybe even the place that starts the storyline. Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival on Project Eden. Alright, so, this is going to be the last official Dead is Dead episode. And even in this episode, if I happen to actually meet my demise, it's not going to count. And the reason being is because we talked about this in the last episode or two, and all of the comments that I have received from everybody who did comment, nobody said continue on with Dead is Dead, okay? Most of you said that more or less that Dead is Dead is fine on the starter planet, but then once, you know, we get off the starter planet and get a base established somewhere else and that sort of thing, you know, then transitioning to just a normal Let's Play is fine with you. And a couple of you guys had some other ideas about if I did die that I would lose all my stuff, but would spawn back at my base and start over from there. And, you know, those are fine ideas too, and maybe even something we could consider, you know, for future episodes. But I think for this particular episode, or rather this series, what I want to do is I want to transition to just a normal Let's Play, which I'm going to call Season 2 of Project Eden, because we actually had a Season 1 a few months ago. And I'm just announcing this right now, mostly for anybody who's been following the playlist. So you guys know that this will be the last video in the Dead is Dead series. And then we're going to continue on the same world, the same map, and the same save and everything with Season 2 in the next episode. So everything will be exactly the same. We're not starting over. We're going to keep everything we have and continue progressing, but it's going to be in a new playlist, which will be Season 2 of Project Eden. Okay, so just wanted to make sure everybody understands that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with this episode. So I was also told by one or two people that the storyline for Project Eden, which, by the way, is still a work in progress. Raven Gaming, who's the author of Project Eden, actually left a comment in the last video or two and said, you know, that he's still working on the story basically, and that it's going to be even, you know, even more fleshed out in the next version, which is really cool. And, you know, I think we're all pretty excited for Alpha 12 to come out, you know, with the multiple solar systems and all that. That's going to be really neat. I'm so looking forward to, you know, to that, because it just opens up so much more exploration for us and gives us that feeling of, you know, the vastness of space. Empyrion, up to the time that they actually implement that, you know, we've always been restricted to a solar system, and, you know, the scale of it has kind of felt more like almost interstellar travel in some cases, but it really hasn't been. We've always been just in one solar system. So the ability, you know, now to travel to multiple solar systems, like in a galaxy, in the scope of a galaxy, is going to be really, really awesome. You know, because a lot of other games, space games, already have that and have that simulated even to scale, like Elite Dangerous is one example of that, and No Man's Sky and some of those other ones too. And, you know, I'm not comparing this game to those games in terms of the playstyle of the game. I'm just comparing them in terms of the scale, you know, of the space in those games. So it's really cool to see Elion, you know, bringing Empyrion to that next level in terms of scale. Okay, anyway, enough about that. So you guys were saying, or some of you were saying, that the start of the storyline actually starts on the planet, which makes sense because this is a starter planet. And so anybody that doesn't choose, you know, the dead planet start or one of the other ones, but chooses to start on the snow planet, which is also supposed to be a pretty hard start from, I've never done it myself, but you know, then the storyline starts here. So I'm just kind of curious as to if that can still happen for us, just to see what it's about, or if I've already kind of, you know, gotten past that point. Well, we have already gotten past that point. Another thing too, some of you guys were saying that this colony ship, I guess you can actually take it over and power it up and use it to warp to, you know, the next system. It seems to me like someone said you couldn't, and a couple of you said you could. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We don't need to ourselves because we already have a warp-capable capital vessel. But anyway, if that is the way you can do it, then that's really cool. But we're not going to do that because we don't need to. And besides that capital vessel is way too large for us anyway. I mean, it's not really laid out. It's laid out as a POI with the maze, which is perfect, for the storyline, but not really too terribly practical for an actual ship that you would use. You'd have to do some, a lot of modification on it, which of course I don't want to spend time doing. Okay, so I think what we're going to do, guys, is let's actually go ahead and head down to the ice planet, and I just want to look around and see if we can actually see how the story starts. And okay, there we go. See how the story starts. And if nothing else, I might hang out here for a little bit and mine up some neodymium. I'm assuming we have neodymium on this planet. Let's take a quick look here. Thenid planet info. What? Oh, there isn't. I was assuming that because it's a snow planet, but I guess because it's a starter planet, it doesn't. Okay. All right. Well, we won't be mining on this planet then. But let's just go down and kind of take a little bit of a look around. Now, another thing you guys were telling me in the comments is that, and I knew this, but I just don't know how common it is, but you can get the optronic bridges, from alien POIs, from doing POIs. But, is that a hit and miss thing? Do you just occasionally get them, or are they, fairly prevalent? I guess is the question, because I'm still not really advanced enough in terms of gear and level and equipment, to be doing a lot of high-level POIs. Hopefully we'll get there, but we're not really there yet. So, now that we're not doing Dead is Dead anymore, though, at least it's not going to be game over if we actually get killed, so that's going to help a little bit, too. And we have, obviously have gotten as far as we have. I don't even know what episode this is. This is going to, whatever episode it happens to be, without dying, which is pretty cool, actually, if you think about it. But, that's no longer a requirement. That doesn't mean we're going to start dying left and right, at least not on purpose, but it does, ease things up a little bit in terms of doing POIs in particular and taking a little bit more risk, with that. Okay, so my guess is that we're not going to, unless I just, magically stumble across it, we're probably not going to find how the quest starts. So what I might do, we've done 2 Project Eden series now. We did season 1, and then we did the Dead is Dead, and in both both cases I started on the dead planet. And, obviously, if you didn't pick up on this, if you guys are watching me for the first time, I play this game on the hardest settings, okay? So everything is pretty much set as hard as it can get. And, so the first time around it was, can we actually make it, on a dead planet start with the hardest settings? And we did, but, in that, it wasn't Dead is Dead the first time, so we did die, actually multiple times. But then the second time around, we did the same thing, hardest settings, dead planet, but that time I didn't die, and that's because I had all of the experience, that I learned from the first time around and knew kind of more what to do. So we actually pulled it off without dying the first time. So since we've already been there, done that, so to speak, what I might do for the next version of Project Eden, so in other words, Alpha 12, and then when Raven Gaming gets it ready to go, I might actually do the Snow Planet start, so that way we can do the story right from the beginning and follow it all the way through. That's kind of what's in my head there for that. Okay, well, this looks cool, Snow Planet, all that, but there's no resources here really that we need, and I have no frickin' idea where, where you go to start the story, because we've already kind of started it. We did the second leg of it, and I didn't realize that's what I was doing, but so I suppose what we could do is maybe do a POI while we're here. I haven't spotted one yet, though. Let's take a look at the map. What size is this planet? Okay, yeah, this is a large planet. This is a big-ass planet. All right, I'll tell you what. Let me just fly around for a while and see if I can spot a POI that we might try, and then I'll bring you guys back if I spot one, or if I decide to screw it, let's go somewhere else. I'll bring you back at that point, and we will we'll start looking for this next leg of the quest, which requires us to go to what it says. Let's take a look at this really quick. Tutorial solo mission. Okay, Lost Colony ship. Infected Part 2. Or the ship investigate what happened. Okay, so we did that. Now it wants us to find the trade station in a sector near the snow dwarf planet. Okay, so that means a system, that's a planetary system that's going to be somewhere near the snow dwarf planet. So I interpret that to hopefully mean a neighboring system, or at least one that's not 10 jumps away, so to speak. Okay, yeah, so guys, let me fly around and see if I can find a POI, and I'll bring you back when we do, and then we'll take a look and see what we might be able to do about a raid in that place. What do we have here? Alien Lost Colony. Okay, that's the first actual POI I've found. Let's go, see if we can figure out what the hell's going on here. Wonder if it's got any guns on it. Alright, well, looks like we found our POI, and maybe even the place that starts the storyline. So, what I want to do is I want to go back up and get our ship, though. So let's do that first. This should stay bookmarked, but let's make sure that it's bookmarked. And we'll go back and get our cap ship and come back down, so we have the support from that. The last time I checked, this ship was able to go, 70 meters per second at top speed, and now it's only hitting 43. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, because I even made it a little lighter and more efficient than the last time I checked that too. So I don't know, guys. This whole CPU thing, I like the idea of it, but it's such a pain in the ass, Such a pain in the ass. I'm not sure what the answer to that is. Maybe, do it, but ease up on it a little bit, the requirements of it or something. I've talked to, a couple of you guys in the comments and stuff about it too, and, some people are saying that, especially for like a single player game, that just to turn the damn thing off. And I might, if they don't make significant improvements to it by Alpha 12, I might just do that in Alpha 12. I might just turn the damn thing off. It certainly makes more sense on a multiplayer situation, I think, when you have several people playing. Oh, we got to go on the other side there. But it's just, it's just, like I said, it's been a pain in the ass to me, anyway, in the single-player game here, so... And I don't have the time nor the desire to spend hours and hours of real-life time, trying to design a ship so it works perfectly. I know there's a lot of people, that do that, and kudos to them, because they come out with some really awesome ships, but that's just not something I can do nor want to do. So, that either means I use their ships instead, or I turn it off and just, build the ships the way I want them to be and not worry about the damn CPU issue. So, I don't know. I have to think about that. Not really sure what the answer is. Part of what makes this game enjoyable to me is building my own ships. There's real satisfaction in building your ship and then flying around and using it. That's a huge part of this game to me. So that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't use somebody else's ship. And it's not that I think my ships are better. That has nothing to do with it. I know, my ships are not even close to being better. That's not the point. The point is that you know, I derive a lot of the enjoyment from this game by building my own ships and then flying them and using them. And so, what the hell? Go down. I'm like completely stuck here. Can we back up? Okay, here. Let's turn the inertials off. Yeah, I'm like stuck. It's like my guns are wedged in between. Okay, here. Let's see if we can pull the capital vessel forward. And see if that works. I'm gonna have to be careful of that. There we go. Moving forward because yeah, my guns basically got wedged in those round blocks there. And you know, all that being said, the Horizon is not my ship. But you know, I don't mind taking other ships that were pre-built and modifying them to my liking either. I mean, that's fun too. I like that too, which is exactly what we did with the Horizon. Okay, let's make sure we're a little bit more lined up here. Keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. Let's go up just a smidge. I didn't realize this was going to be such a hassle getting in here. Okay, let's head on down to the planet and check out that alien POI place. I have a sneaking suspicion that that is where you go to start the story, but I don't know that for sure, so we'll see. There's probably been a couple of minor updates to the game since the last time I checked the Stingray, so it's possible that that's the deal. You know, the other thing we could do too, let's look at something here really quick. So if we go to here and here, so this has a 0.65 gravity but an atmosphere density of 1.79. What does our jungle planet have? Tainori. Okay, so Tainori does have a lighter atmosphere. It's less dense, so that could be and it has less gravity too, so that could be factoring a factor is what I'm trying to say. What about Vardum? Vardum has a pretty dense atmosphere, but really, even lighter gravity. But I think it's atmospheric density. Maybe it's both of those things together. So that could partly have something to do with why I can't go as fast in Teen, and I'm not sure. I don't know if that would make that much difference or not, though. Not really sure. But it's not fun to me, anyways, to get the ship working the way you want it, and then come back a couple weeks later and now it doesn't work again because of the changes that were made. And I understand this is an early access game still, and they are trying to improve things. I don't have a problem with that, but it doesn't change the fact that it's not fun when it happens. And so if we turn the CPU off entirely, then we don't have to deal with it anymore. Wow, we really are a long ways away. Let's do a hop here. I spent months building the Blacklight, which is a high-end capital ship, and I just I don't want to spend, it wouldn't take months of course, but I want to spend hours trying to redo it so that it works with the damn CPU. So guys, I'm not making any decisions right now, of course, and we're gonna stick with the CPU through the rest of Alpha 11 because we started with it, so we're gonna stick it out. But we'll see how things go with 12. I'm not gonna make any decisions one way or the other right now. It's kind of sad though when your capital ship goes faster than your small vessel. This one goes 56 meters per second. The Stingray was only doing 48. So yeah, I don't know what the hell's up with that. That'll probably work. Alright, we'll turn the thrusters off. Our shields are on, so we don't have to worry about drones coming by and blasting us. We should refill our fuel tank, though. I did find a promethium deposit on the planet. Right here? No, copper. Right here. So I might go out over there and mine that after I let you guys go. Not too terribly far away from here. Just so we have some extra fuel. I don't know. We'll see. It's better to get it on the moon, because you can get so much of it in a relatively short period of time. Okay, anyway, enough jabbering. Let's go do this. So, let's see here. How are we doing for ammunition? So we've got about a stack and a half of projectiles. Do we have any projectiles? Oh yeah, we got lots of projectiles. So let's get 2 stacks of that. 52 sniper rounds is probably good. We got 39 rocket launchers. That's not bad. We got 2 stacks of C4. And we don't need to take the chainsaw with us. Does this planet have a breathable atmosphere? Atmosphere. It is breathable. Okay, good, good, good. Well, that's another thing that makes it quite a bit easier than the dead planet, because oxygen is one of the things that you're constantly fighting. Oh, that's kind of cool, seeing the sunlight reflect on the snow over yonder there. Nifty. Okay, let's do this, guys. Let's do this. You know what? We don't... Well, I probably shouldn't... I probably should keep my O2 with me, because otherwise what'll happen is I'll forget that I don't have it with me, and then when we need it, we'll be in trouble. Exactly something I would do. We don't need to carry this around. Didn't we put our heavy armor on? Did I find 2 things of heavy armor? I must have. I don't remember that, but we did. Obviously we did. Okay, cool. Very cool, actually. Very cool. All right, let's see. What else? What else? What else? We don't need the portable healer cooler anymore, especially with heavy armor on. Plus, I have the, you know, the thermal boost thingamadoodle on. We'll keep the motorbike just in case we need to get out of somewhere really quickly. We're doing fine on food. Let's put the a C4 down here. And I guess we could put those down there too. And we got health packs, medical packs, whatever you want to call them, so we're good there. Okay, let's do this. All right, so let's see. We've got some solar panels down here. Interesting. Okay. Alien Lost Colony. I'm already hearing nasties. Whoa. Why do I get the feeling like this is not going to be a walk in the park? Maybe a walk in the alien park of death. Just kind of looking around first before we decide where we're going to go. Yeah. Man, that sounded like that was right on top of me. Here, let's actually put these on the blue bar so we can get a stamina boost. Do those give us a stamina boost? 26. Okay, it's not a lot, but... Okay, well, looks like we go in this door first. Cannot access door of other faction. We probably can't damage it either, can we? Never mind. Okay, let's look around here. I don't see any access to anywhere else in here unless there's a hidden panel, maybe. Maybe the floor will drop out from underneath us. Little extra fuel there. All right. Fuel tank capacitor. Press E. Yeah, right. All right. Well, I don't see anything else in here, so I guess we're going to go in that door, right? Alright, nothing immediately visible in there. Tricky! Tricky, tricky, tricky. Alright, well, now we know where we're going. Quarantine mode active, lower levels inaccessible. Until now. Okay. Oh, look at that! Another set of heavy armor. Fan-frickin-tastic. That was a nice find. So we have 3 sets of heavy armor now. Mobility boost. A little bit more fuel there. Okay. This PI looks pretty good. We're out of range of our ship now. I wonder if I could move that in closer. I don't think it's going to fit in the yard here. Let me see if I can get it a little closer. Okay, let's try that and see if that works. Let's take a quick look up here first before we go down. This is the command center, maybe? Command and control. All right, I don't see anything up here. Okay, let's take a quick peek down there and see what's what. This is a maze, man. I can't get my drone to go down in here. There we go. Trippy. Okay, I don't see any enemies up to this point, so... let's head on down. Oh boy. We might need that. We might need the anti-parasite pills too when this is all said before this is all said and done. Oh, okay. We have a secret now. How do we get through here? So those are just bathrooms and showers. Is this secret wall? Or what's going on here? Okay. I think that was meant to be. Because when I pointed my multi-tool at that grate, it was only like 30 hit points. All right, guys. Well, we are out of time in this episode. So what I'm going to do is we'll pick up right where we left off in the next episode. And we'll continue working our way through this alien facility. And like I said at the beginning of this episode, this is the last official Dead is Dead episode. So when we continue on, we will now be in Season 2, which will be a new playlist. But it's the same. It's going to be the same save. We're going to pick up right here in the next episode when we start off. But it'll be a different playlist. It'll be Season 2, and it will no longer be Dead is Dead. And I explained, why we're doing that, and the information behind that at the beginning of this video, in case you didn't watch the very beginning. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, share out the video, and in terms of the comments, let me know what you guys think about the about the CPU and about the CPU with single player, and let me know what you do. In your single player games, if you use it or if you don't, and what you like about it, what you don't like about it. I'd be curious to hear from you. I'm kind of undecided, like I've said before. I'm not sure if it's, the thing about it is I like the idea of it. I've said that before. I think it's too strict, A, and B, you've got to balance stuff like that. It's challenging, and you got to figure it out and make it work. You got to balance that with the fun factor and with the time factor too. I don't want to spend hours of real life time trying to figure out how to get a damn ship to work with the CPU limitations. That's not fun to me, and I don't have the time to spend on that anyway. So, all those things have to be taken into consideration when you're thinking about, what you're going to do and whether or not you like the CPU or not, if you're going to use it, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what's going through my head, and I'd be curious to hear from you guys too. All right, we're supposed to leave. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.